Hi, my name is Manny Knight, aka the Serial Doodlist. I'm 25 years old. I am a curator, co-founder of an arts organization called 529 Arts Avenue and the Comics Branch Vision, and I'm a freelance illustrator. I am a freelance illustrator with a particular focus in comics, cartooning, fashion illustration and portraits, visual graphic design, and typography. I've been creating art for roughly 20 years, and I've been professionally creating for 5 years now. In that 5 years, I've done a multitude of different things. I've been a muralist painter, making murals throughout New York City. I've worked on multiple art projects and commissions for illustrations and different types of cartooning needs. And in that time, I've co-founded an arts organization that showcases local New York City-based artists, whether you're upcoming or just a local in-group salon-style fashion sense. I got into art really young. I was like, I guess, 5 years old, and I used to draw stick figures and dots because I couldn't draw at all at that time. And what I would do is I would have a stick figure about like that big, and I would have like connect the dot things where I would have the hero connect dots to overcome these ugly triangle mountains. And I was young. I had no problems with me. I guess I just like the concept of overcoming things, and that's what I do with my stick figures and my characters. What also inspired me was why cartoons move the way they do move. In a sense, I mean, around the times I was watching cartoons, and I would always wonder why Bugs Bunny was so animated, why Mickey Mouse was so kind and caring, and why like a broom from the movie Fantasia could like walk around and be so human. I've never known any humans at that time to react or act the way these characters were acting, so I was wondering where this inspiration was coming from. So that curiosity sparked at the time my journey to be a cartoonist, but I just didn't know that's exactly what I wanted to do. Like any other Brooklyn, New York City kid, I was into manga and anime, comic books, Dragon Ball Z. I used to go to the library with my friends and we'd print out pictures of Goku and G Gundam and I'd trace over them because I didn't know how to draw until I got sick of that and started to try to draw myself. And I would draw these ugly triangles with these big cup holder ears, and it was terrible. When you have that ambition, you really want to do something, but your skill level doesn't meet your ambition. That's where I was. But what really drove me to become a manga artist and want to create manga was this one game that I bought on my birthday called Tales of Eternia. The story and narrative really pushed me to take my art to the next level and tell an actual cohesive story with my art, as well as create a boundary and a universe of characters that I can actually share it with. And as I grew and continued to want to create manga and create different stories, I realized as an artist it's always good to branch out and experiment new things. So I started taking up just different types of illustration, fashion illustration, because I found it very simple and something easy to do. And then I actually started taking real interest in it, and it was just something really fun to do. And graphic design, I feel like everybody dabbles in graphic design once or twice, but my main forte is creating mock album covers and magazine covers, mostly dealing with symbolism, typography, and social justice. So that's kind of where I am now. What inspires me? Oh, it's hard to say, because I try really hard to avoid the cliche of saying life. But life does inspire me. People that I've never met, people that are very close to me, people I've seen for just 1 second. I look at people and I people watch, and I watch their gestures, how they're feeling, whether they're flustered or just about their business, close shut to themselves or outgoing. I pay attention to these traits and I try to add it to the characters that I design to create this sense of, I know that character, I know this type of person that would exist, or I've seen them at least, I guess it's basically I take inspiration from what inspired me as a child. Aside from that, a lot of things, comic books, TV, movies, anime, manga, you name it. If there's a point of interest, there's a point of inspiration. How's art changed me? Wow, so it's made me more of a people person. I've never been a people person. When I was younger, I liked to keep to myself and have a tight, close knit of friends. I say becoming an artist has led me to meet many different types of people, inspire many types of people, and leave me inspired by many types of people. It enabled me to see the world a little bit more differently than most other people would. You know, I don't know how to explain that. I can only show it to you through art. A really interesting question, because you could look at it two ways. I'm just going to give you my way, because that's the only way I know. I think now more than ever, there is a huge variety of opportunity in the art world where you can do so much with so little or exactly enough of what you have. As long as you have the drive, the spirit, and the content, you can do anything you want in the art world. Will it be tough? Yes. Is it about who you know? Not necessarily. It's about how hard you work and how much you put into something. It's no different from the work that you would put in school, the work you would put in building your favorite car from the ground when you finally get the parts. It's no different from Googling something that you really are interested in and then being all about it, like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. You know, it all starts from that interest. And once you really go all in, you will see the rewards that are given to you and that you take yourself. Opportunities, they are amazing. And when you take them, it feels immaculate. You can find my art. You can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on YouTube, and you can find me on some other things, but mostly I'm very active on Instagram, so you can look up instagram.com/Serial Doodlist. It's kind of like serial killer, but you wouldn't write the killer part, you would just write Doodlist. Just write my name, the Serial Doodlist, on YouTube, and you'll find a whole bunch of videos from art reviews, art supply reviews as well, and just me talking about my experiences in the art world like I have done here today. And you can find a lot of the work that I curate on 529artsavenue.com.